In the middle of nowhere, where the silence is louder than words, a structure rises from the sand. Not fighting the desert, but listening to it. You almost miss it at first. It doesn't shout for attention. It waits, quiet, steady, like the desert itself. A stillness that hums beneath the heat waves. Out here, the world slows down. Time loosens its grip. And in that hush, you hear something you didn't know you were missing. It's not just a home, it's not just a building, it's a pause, a breath. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button because it's a simple way to show your love for these incredible designs. Set against the horizon like it was always meant to be there, this barndominium isn't dropped onto the land, it's grown from it. Sand-toned metal like sunburned stone. Glass that catches the sky's mood. Wood, not polished to perfection, but honest. Weathered, warm, grounded. The wind doesn't howl here, it whispers. And the house, it listens. There are no fences, no distractions, just open land stretching out like memory. The desert doesn't pretend. It doesn't clutter itself with more than it needs. And neither does this home. Everything about it says, enough. Enough space to breathe. Enough shade to think. Enough light to feel. In a world chasing noise, this place chooses silence. Not emptiness, presence. You don't build something like this to show off. You build it because you're ready to come home. Not just to a place, but to yourself. And here, in this wide-open nowhere, something unexpected begins to speak. They say the desert is empty, barren, lifeless, but that's only what it shows at first glance. The desert doesn't give itself away easily. It asks you to slow down, to notice, to feel the way the light sharpens at midday, then softens like a whisper when the sun begins to fall, to hear how silence in the desert isn't really silence. It's the sound of wind brushing against rock, of dry grass shifting under your feet, of your own breath finally catching up to you. This is a place that doesn't tolerate excess. It demands honesty. Every living thing here survives by knowing what matters. Water, shade, stillness. And the homes that thrive here do the same. We share new content regularly to help you create spaces you love, so don't forget to subscribe. You won't find grand facades here, no glitter, no pretense, just raw textures, clean lines, purpose in every angle. Because desert living isn't about escaping the world. It's about shedding what you don't need. There's a reason this landscape has drawn seekers, poets, and wanderers for centuries. It confronts you, and then, if you're patient, it teaches you. In the desert, you learn to live with intention, to choose materials that breathe with the land, to build not on the earth, but with it. And this is where design becomes something more. More than a style, more than a trend, it becomes a philosophy, a way of being. Not loud, not fast, but true. The desert doesn't give you everything. It gives you only what you need, and somehow, that's everything. Now imagine, out here in this vast, untouched quiet, a barndominium. But not the kind you think you know, not the red barn with white trim sitting beside cornfields. This one feels like it was carved from the land itself. Its lines are low, almost reverent, as if it's bowing to the horizon, not towering above it. Steel panels the color of sun-baked sand wrap around its frame, blending into the desert like camouflage made from memory. The glass doesn't scream modern, it simply stretches, soft, clean, endless, inviting the sky inside without breaking the silence. And the wood? It's not polished, not stained with gloss. It's weathered, aged by sun, not chemicals. It creaks with the wind and tells stories when you listen closely. If you found this video inspiring, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Your support means to me, and it helps keep the design ideas coming your way. Step inside, and there are no tight corridors, no unnecessary corners, just openness. Air flows freely. Light moves slowly across raw concrete floors. Every space breathes. It's not just about square footage, it's about freedom. Open floor plans that don't trap you. Ceilings that don't press down. Walls that know when to disappear. Sliding open to blur the line between inside and out. The tones are quiet. Earthy, terracotta, clay, stone. Not colorless, just calm. A palette borrowed straight from the ground beneath your feet, and all of it built with care. Recycled steel, solar-ready roofs, materials that respect the land, not take from it. This barndominium doesn't beg for attention. It whispers, it waits, it breathes with the wind. Out here, style isn't decoration, it's intention. And the design doesn't ask to be noticed. It simply belongs. But why build like this? Why not something bigger, louder, flashier? Because out here, in this raw, honest place, there's nothing to prove. No neighbors to outshine. No crowds to impress. Just you, the land, and whatever truth you're ready to face. If you love this type of look, hit that subscribe button to help us create more videos. And let us know in the comments what you'd love to see in future videos. Desert Modern isn't about minimalism for the sake of style. It's survival. It's sense. It's the art of doing just enough. Because anything more feels like noise. Out here, every design choice has to earn its place. Every window placed to catch a breeze. Every roofline shaped to cast the right shadow at the right hour. This isn't architecture for the magazines, it's architecture for the soul. Take Mara, for example. 10 years in the city wore her thin, skyscrapers outside her window, sirens at 2 a.m. She built a career, sure, but somewhere along the way she lost her silence. She forgot what it felt like to sit still and not feel behind. So she left. She came here. To this open desert and a house that doesn't shut the world out, but invites it in slowly. A home that cools with the breeze and warms with the morning sun. A place where she can watch the stars without light stealing their glow. Where mornings are slow and nights deep. In her words, this house doesn't make me feel small. It makes me feel human. That's why you build like this. Not because it's trendy, but because it strips everything down, until all that's left is what matters. And for the first time, maybe in years, you can finally hear yourself again. This isn't just a structure. It's not just steel and wood arranged in angles and lines. It's a conversation, quiet and constant, between architecture and nature, between silence and soul. You feel it the moment you step inside. The light doesn't just enter, it moves. As the sun arcs through the sky, shadows stretch across the walls like brush strokes on canvas. Nothing is static. The house lives in rhythm with the day. There's a wall, smooth concrete, soft gray, that glows gold in the evening, just for a moment. Then fades back to stillness. It's not a feature, it's a whisper, and tucked at the far end of the home, past a corridor that narrows like a breath held too long, there's a room, no furniture, just a single window, perfectly placed, perfectly still. It faces the horizon, nothing more. Mara calls it her quiet room, no screens, no clocks, just sunrise or moonlight, and her. She says it's where she remembers who she is, not the emails, not the deadlines, just the feeling of being. That's the thing about this place. It isn't trying to be more than it is, but the more you sit in it, the more you feel like it's telling you something. Something you've always known but forgot in the noise. Every line is intentional, every space invites pause, every corner of this home holds breath. and every shadow tells time. It's not just a house, it's a story written in light, in stillness, in wind. And if you're listening, it starts to feel like your story, too.